I guess, Clayton, just starting off, talk to us, I guess, about your vision for the team and how the week's been and some of your selection choices.
Well, our vision's pretty straightforward, really. We're well aware of the strong legacy that the Māori All Blacks have had in history. Some of the greatest players have pulled on this jersey, and so our challenge is to create our own footprint and go out there and add to that legacy.
You've gone with co-captains. I guess there was a lot of talk in the lead up, but in the end, just talk to us about your decision to go with two captains in the game.
In the halfback space, it's pretty rare that whoever starts will go out and play the whole 80 minutes, and so with two sort of recent All Blacks in our ranks, obviously Brad gets the start this week. He'll go out there, that offers us that captaincy and leadership, and then when he comes off the field, then TJ will come on and continue to provide that strong leadership and experience. So that was one factor. The other is we just anticipate at some stage if there's injuries or anything with the All Blacks, then one of these guys may get pulled up and we don't lose anything in terms of that leadership.
Brad, what does this mean to you?
Oh yeah, look, it's massive. I've obviously led a fair bit with the Chiefs, and so when Clayton asked if TJ and I would do this, it was a pretty huge moment for both of us, and I suppose especially for me with TJ, like we've played rugby with and against each other since we were 15 or 16, so 15 years of history with him, and he's a good mate, so it's look mate, it's just incredibly proud for us and our families.
I guess for you and your career, the Māori All Blacks has always sort of arrived at a time where it's helped revitalise your career and it's given you something else when perhaps you're being overlooked at the All Blacks. Again, I guess the universe has kind of brought you back in the All Blacks at a time where it's given you a bit more of a lift again.
Yeah, I guess it's the silver lining about missing out on the ABs is that we get a couple of cracks at Ireland anyway, so the Māori All Blacks have always been a team that I've enjoyed playing for, and every time I get in here, it's just like for me personally, I learn a lot, and I guess just the whole process of the whole week is just about fun, connection, and enjoying it. And this is the biggest team that I've had to play against for the Māori, so just so excited to, especially playing at Hamilton too. So
yeah. And in terms of helping you with your Whakapapa journey as well, and helping you sort of, I guess, be a better person or understand yourself as well a bit more, has that also been a part of your experiences in the Māori team? Yeah,
like I've always known about my Māori history, and certainly whenever I come in here I certainly learn more, especially with Luke, the kaumātua, but also like a lot of my cousins and stuff, we're starting to do a little bit more digging and starting to dig a bit deeper and finding out more. So I guess ever since a couple of my cousins have played sort of Māori hockey and stuff like that, like it's kind of spurned a lot of us on to try and learn more rather than just knowing that it's there, actually learn a bit more about it. So yeah, I've learned more in my time here than I have outside of it. So, yeah.
And Clayton, just lastly, news this morning of the COVID outbreak in the All Blacks team. I don't know, have you guys been in discussions with VCAM? Have you touched base with Ian Foster?
No, like we sort of just got here and that news started to filter through, so that's unfortunate, but it's it's the world we're living in. We realise that COVID hasn't quite disappeared from the world yet, and we're well accustomed, aren't we, to dealing with the challenges and that it brings. So I'm sure this week will be no different for them.
Any talk of sharing resources or anything, or staff or anything like that at this stage?
No. There's always pretty good dialogue between myself and Foz around the selections of the side and some of the individuals that are in this team that are knocking on the door. So I haven't heard from them today, and I don't anticipate that happening. But if it does, we'll deal with it then.
How much do you coexist in terms of game plans and things like that, tactics? Is there any sort of that for these two games for you?
None whatsoever. We collaborate, and we've talked about the strengths and the opportunities that exist with Ireland, but how we go about trying to, integrate that information into our own campaigns is sort of the autonomy lies with each team.
And just in terms of your selections, is there anyone unavailable from the squad that you haven't been able to select for Wednesday?
Alex Nagaville was sick for a couple of days and missed a few days of training, so given the short sort of preparation time, we felt that wouldn't have been fair to have selected him, so he's probably the only one.
Josh Mulby fit?
Yep. So yes, there were some tough selections, and probably at blindside flanker, and in our back three, that back three mix was probably where we had the most discussion, and we certainly love what Josh has done for the Hurricanes. We anticipate that it's going to be a bit wet, and so some of our selections have taken that in mind.
When has Sean Stevenson played club rugby or something, since it looked like a season ender a few weeks back, didn't it, out on the stadium?
Yeah, like he actually was available for selection for the Chiefs at the back end of the season, but we're at the pointy end of that campaign, and he hadn't had enough rugby under his belt to be a serious consideration, but he's played a number of 3 or 4 sort of 80-minute games, and he's good to go.
Brad, have you been told anything in particular that you've got to work on in these couple of games against Ireland, from All Blacks coaches, etc.?
No, not really. I've had dialogue with Foz obviously around the selection and stuff, but they've decided to go this way, and look, they know what I can do, and I'm always trying to get better as a rugby player, so I'm just going to try and keep getting better and see how good I can get at this game. That's sort of my focus. Like the selection stuff, while disappointing, it's doesn't sort of change my mindset too much.
How long did that sort of disappointment last, from that Monday missing out, and then, did it...
Oh, it's like, my story, Aaron, like this is not the first time that I haven't been selected for the All Blacks, so I guess that's good for me, as I've been here before. I know what it takes to, I fought back last time, and I'll just have to do that again, I suppose. And, like that sort of thing. Like I said, I know what I need to do. I've fought back before, so I'll just do it again.
What's it like having TJ in a pretty much the same boat, and being co-captains? You guys gone away for a few little chats and kick stones or anything like that?
Nah, we're not like that. Selection's out of our control. Like, we just try and play as good as we can every week. It doesn't matter sort of what happens at the end. Like, we play a finite game at the end of the 80 minutes. There's a winner and there's a loser. There's teams that get selected, but me and TJ are playing this game infinitely. Like, we're every day trying to get better, regardless of what happens in terms of selection or results. And that's both of our mindset at the moment. Like, regardless of what happens with the All Blacks, we're trying to get better every day. And so, look, we're a bit older and more mature now. Maybe 5 or 6 years ago I would have kicked stones a little bit, but these days a bit more philosophical about that sort of stuff. So.
Just your journey with TJ when you started playing with him, whereabouts was that, and how did that go? Did you used to sub on and on? Did you ever play?
I think it started Hurricane Schools back in 2000 and, geez, I can't remember what year it was. Yeah,
so
a long time ago. Yeah, maybe even under 16 stuff. So a while ago, he was playing for Wellington and Mana College, and I was at Hawke's Bay and Napier Boys, and then through the 20s and playing against each other and All Blacks ever since.
So one starting, one on the bench?
Yep, it's pretty much been...
In this same order?
Not always, no. I was a bit of a late developer, I like to think, whereas TJ was a bit of a superstar from the get-go, so I might divide my time a little bit.
Good stuff. Just quickly on the Sullivan brothers, they were, obviously first time for them, playing together, isn't it? It's quite special for those two.
Yeah, proud moment for those guys and their whānau iwi hapu. It's not often you get two brothers get to debut for any team, let alone Māori All Blacks. So yeah, really proud moment, and they've both, I think, taken their game to another level this year, and they've deserved their selection.